Hello everybody, it's Steve here from the Fandom Show. I'm recording this on August 29th, 2020, and late yesterday it was reported that Chadwick Boseman, who was best known as the Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, had died at the age of 43 from colon cancer. And a lot of people are quite shook by it right now because he didn't announce beforehand that he was sick, so nobody had any idea that this was going to be happening so soon. And there's a lot of, very heartbroken people out there today because Chadwick was a terrific actor and an amazing human being. And the world's not quite the same without him. So I just wanted to do a little video in memoriam to try to do him a little bit of justice. So first of all, yeah, he's best known for playing the lead role in the Black Panther. And the cool thing about this role is that he had a ton of impact, not only on black culture, but specifically on millions of black children around the world, because when they went to see this movie, they saw the caricature that Chadwick played, and they saw this confident, powerful, butt-kicking superhero that looked like them. And for a lot of them, that was a big revelation, something that they really keyed into. And that was a big part of the reason why that movie was so financially successful, because it was essentially a huge celebration of black culture that had wide-ranging impacts and continues to until this day. There's a video, I shared it on my personal Facebook page earlier today, but there's a video of a clip from The Tonight Show. It's on YouTube, it's easy to find, where they brought these people in and they were recording a video message, at least they thought they were, to Chadwick, telling him what they thought of the Black Panther movie and him. And what they didn't know is that he was actually behind the curtain, so he would come out at the end when they were there, and of course they would all freak out that he was actually there. It was a really cool clip, but you should definitely see that. Obviously for their reactions when they saw him, but also for the way he was reacting to some of the things they were saying about him. It's a really powerful clip, so I definitely recommend searching that one out. Obviously he's most well known for his role in the Marvel movies, but that's not all he did. He actually played quite a few historical figures. He starred in a movie as James Brown. He played Thurgood Marshall in another movie, and of course he also played Jackie Robinson in 42. I highly recommend 42 if you haven't seen it. It's a difficult watch because of all the negativity and racism that's in the movie, which is of course, that's how things were at that time. But it's certainly worthwhile because it's a great movie and Chadwick does an awesome job in the lead role. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. And basically anything with Chadwick Boseman in it, he's going to give you a good performance. So definitely check out his catalog if you haven't. You will not be wasting your time. It is totally worth it. Another thing I wanted to point out is that if you think about it, given when he was diagnosed, he did all of the Marvel movies and the Thurgood Marshall movie and a few other projects while he was dying. And to think about what he had to sacrifice for that, because when you do a Marvel movie like a superhero movie, you have to do a boatload of prep and physical training. It's hard enough to do when you're healthy, but if you're fighting cancer at the same time, to have to go through that, I have no idea how he did it. I'm amazed about it, but much respect to him for pulling that off. It's just overwhelming almost to even think about. And that brings me to my last point, was his decision not to publicize his diagnosis. Okay, I think that some people would probably be a little bit miffed by that. They say, oh, he's a big famous guy, he should have made it public so he could have gotten support and made appearances for cancer charities, etc. Well, number one, he already made appearances for charitable efforts. There's another video on YouTube of him visiting some cancer patients, kids, in a hospital at the same time that he'd had his diagnosis, so he was dealing with cancer right along with them. So he already did some of that, but ultimately, as a man, it was his decision to not make the illness public, and I respect his right to make it. And I think one of the reasons, and I'm just speculating here, but I think that one of the reasons he might have done that was so that we would see the work he was doing in Marvel and elsewhere in the entertainment industry on its own merits, and not under the lens of, okay, this guy has terminal cancer and this is what he's choosing to spend the last bits of his life on. So again, that's just speculation, but knowing the kind of person that he was, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the reason behind it. But in any event, thoughts and prayers to his family right now and everybody who was close to him dealing with this. And again, let this serve as a reminder to you guys that you never know how long somebody is going to be in your life. You never know how many tomorrows you're going to have. So if you love somebody, if you care about them a lot, if they're important to you, let them know. Let them know, because you never know when you're not going to get another chance to do that. So we miss you, Chadwick. We love you. Rest in power, buddy. And we look forward to seeing how your impacts continue even after your passing. And I do want to make one final note here regarding Black Panther 2. Look, the movie can still happen. A role could be recast. A story could be tweaked. There are ways to make this happen. Okay, the death of Chadwick Boseman doesn't mean that the Black Panther franchise is going bye. But I think at this point, we need to take our time and grieve Mr. Boseman. And then after that process is done, we can figure out creatively how we want to do Black Panther 2. You know, I don't think it's worth having that big discussion at this time because, again, there are options available and ways to make that happen. I'm sure if there is a Black Panther 2, it'll be dedicated to his memory. But, I mean, you know, we'll get to that when we get to that. So, thank you guys for watching. I wish the subject matter was more positive, but sometimes life throws not so much positive stuff at you. So, but again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you again very soon.